I've never once been embarrassed to ask for a discount in my life. Not once. My mother used to say there were two kinds of people in this world. The ones who ask and the ones who pay full price and go home wondering why their money disappeared so fast. I have always been an asker. But here's the thing I realized last month. I ask sometimes. Not every time. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm in a rush. Sometimes I'm standing at a counter with my card already out and it just doesn't occur to me until I'm back in the car. So I decided to run an experiment, 1 full week. Every single place I went, I would ask the question, do you have a senior discount every time? No skipping, no forgetting, no being too rushed. And I would write down exactly what happened. Yes, no, how much, and whether I even knew that discount existed before I asked. My sister Mayor thought this was hilarious. She said, and I quote, "You're doing research on something I've had a system for since 2011. Apparently she has her own method. She wasn't going to tell me what it was right away. She said I had to earn it, so off I went on my own for day 1. Monday, the pharmacy. I go here every couple of weeks, so this felt like the right place to start. I asked at the counter, expecting maybe a small percentage off. Turns out they have a discount day, one specific day of the week where seniors get 10% off the entire store, not just prescriptions. I did not know this. I have been shopping there for 3 years and I did not know this. I wrote it down. 10%, one specific day, total surprise. Tuesday, the hardware store. This one I was almost certain would be a no. It's a smaller shop, family owned, the kind of place you wouldn't expect to have a formal program. I asked anyway, because that was the whole point of the week. Ask everywhere, no prejudging. And the fellow behind the counter said, "Oh sure, 5%, just mention it before I ring you up." 5% isn't a lot, but I wouldn't have gotten it if I hadn't asked, and that's exactly the thing I was trying to prove to myself. Wednesday, this is where it got interesting. I went to get my hair done, which I do every 6 weeks, rain or shine, discount or no discount, because a woman has to have priorities. I asked my stylist, half joking, and she said, "Actually, yes, we do that on weekdays before noon." I had been booking my appointments in the afternoon for 2 years. 2 years of leaving money on the table because of what time I picked on a calendar. Thursday, I am met my son Declan for lunch. Now, Declan is the type who researches everything within an inch of its life before he does it, so I wasn't surprised when I asked the waiter about a discount, and Declan said, "Actually, ma'am, I already checked. This place doesn't do senior, but they do an early bird before 5 o'clock. We were there at 4:45, purely by accident. I want that on the record. I did not plan that, but I will absolutely take it. Friday, the big one, the movie theater. I hadn't been to a matinee in ages, but I decided to go see something silly on my own just for the week's sake. I asked at the counter, and this one actually surprised me the most. It wasn't a flat discount, it was a whole separate ticket price category, cheaper than even the online listed matinee price, and the girl at the counter told me most people don't ask, because they don't realize the category exists on the board. It's just sitting there, nobody looks up. So that's 5 days, 5 different places, 5 different outcomes. Some I knew about, some I didn't. Some were worth it, some barely moved the needle, but every single one of them required the exact same thing, opening my mouth and asking the question. Now, Mayer, I called her Friday evening to tell her about my week, and she finally told me her system since I'd earned it, in her words. Turns out Mary doesn't ask the cashier at all. She calls ahead, every single time before she even leaves the house. She rings up the place and asks 2 questions. Is there a discount? And is there a day or a time when it's better? She said, "Connie, why would you find out standing in line when you could find out sitting on your sofa in your slippers?" And I had absolutely no answer for that, because it's a better system than mine. And I was annoyed about it for approximately 1 full day. So here's the tally for the week. Pharmacy, 10% on discount day. Hardware store, 5% any day. Hair salon, a discount I'd been missing for 2 years just by booking in the afternoon. Restaurant, an early bird I stumbled into completely by accident. And the movie theater, a whole separate ticket tier sitting right there on the board that almost nobody asks about. Add it all up over a year of regular visits to those same 5 places, and I came out ahead by more than I expected walking into this. Not because any single discount was enormous, because I asked 5 separate times instead of 0. If there's one thing I want you to take from this, it's not the specific numbers. It's this: the discount is very often already sitting there. Somebody just has to be willing to ask the question out loud. Or, apparently, call ahead in your slippers like my sister.